How's it going? Out at the shop. You see my breath? It's like 20 degrees in here. I was out here a couple days ago, and I forgot to bring my phone to record, but I got my transmission hump welded in. I plug welded the rest of these that I couldn't get to when the motor is in. Could have cleaned them up a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't really care there. Got my clutch pedal, or my Z-bar pivot in. You can see in there. I got my, where's the brake pedal? Anyways, oh, there's the clutch pedal. Yep, got my pedal assembly in. So, I was gonna maybe do a little bit more cleaning up in here. And then the motor is sitting here. So, I got some blocks of wood. I can crib it up to a decent height here and maybe use a plumb bob to get it where it needs to be before I set the car down on there. And I got a torpedo heater, and this thing is called a snail heater. You put the weed burner in it, and it's got a fan, and it works pretty good. But I'm gonna try to take some of the chill off. So that's what I'm doing. I'll when I get the car ready to drop down on the motor, I'll probably talk to you guys again. All right. Looks kind of precarious, huh? I think I'm going to throw some more cribbing under there. That way it can't go anywhere. But it actually, it's pretty solid. So I just made a little plumb bob with some string line and run it from there a little bit longer. Boom. Boom. Hard to see from this angle, but maybe give it a little bit. Come on. Well, it's hard to do this with a phone and all that. But you can see it's basically hanging right there. Might be just a hair off. But I did that on that corner also. So I think the buddy's coming over here in a bit. I might go ahead and wait for him. I don't know, man. There's a lot of money sitting there to be teeter on those blocks of wood. Maybe I'll let the cherry picker down a little bit more and see how well it sits. Those are some pretty heavy, large blocks of wood, so it's not like they're spindly. Let's see what happens. So I just let this a little bit loose, and I really gotta put some pressure to it to get it to move. I think I'm gonna be okay with this, but what I'm gonna do is set the car down on it quickly and get a couple bolts in the K-member. But actually I gotta go out to the van and grab the headers and I guess try to finagle those in. I don't know if they'll go in bolted on or if I gotta leave them loose. Fixing to find out. All right, got the TTI headers just bolted on. I forgot the friggin' or manifold gaskets, header gaskets at home. So if nothing else, dude, this cherry picker keeps friggin' bleeding off. I don't know if it's because it's so cold or what's going on, but it's not good. I didn't do it with weight on it, but anyhow, yeah, if I get it in there, and it's not like it's hard to drop back out if I have to. It's all learning for me, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna get it up there and go from there. All right, that thing's set, so it takes both hands to do the lift. Did I mention it's 20 degrees? The lift doesn't like to go down very fast when it's this cold. So, come on. Alright, skipped a little bit of... Alright. Oh boy. Dang. Looks like it's gonna be tight there. Looks like I got more room over here. So I'm gonna have to watch this side pretty close. Alright, that's about it. We're checking on her again. Yeah. This is where help would be nice. Oops. There we go. This is where help would be nice, but it's cold out here. My daughters come out and help me during the summer, but they don't want to freeze their butts off. Still looking good. Go down a little bit more. Still looking all right here. That fuel line might be in the way, and then this dipstick might not work out. So I may have to pull it out or bend it up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna come down a little more. Everything is going. Everything's still going good. All right. Oh, just heard something click. Oh, all right, I think it is going to be. Oops, son of a. The fuel line looks like it's tight right there, so maybe I can slide it over. I got plenty of room over here, so I'm just going to fudge it over. Maybe just a hair should be good. Well, upon closer inspection, that's just the rubber line right there. So it'll go down around it. Everything's still looking good on that side. Now I'm worried about boning myself with a clutch linkage, but yeah, I'll quit worrying about that for now. All right, get down a little bit further, and looks like I'm gonna contact right there, but I still have plenty of room on the driver's side, except it looks like this. Dipstick might make it past the... I'm probably going to have to redo that. I modified it at home before I had it close to the car. So, come down just a hair and see if we can squeak by there. Alright, I was actually able to grab the car and just fudge it over that little bit. But now I boned myself because I had that big piece of wood right there. I'm not going to be able to come down far enough. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm either going to get a Sawzall and cut that off, or I'm going to grab a block and I'm going to jack it up and turn that block long ways. But that's sketchy because it's sitting really good on here. It's really solid. But I don't know once I jack up the back. So I'm going to think about this for a few minutes. I don't want to get in a hurry. Even though I'm so close and I'm friggin' jacked. Alright. So I turned that long ways. That was, it was a little scary. But I think I can go down now. I'll feel much better when I get a couple bolts in this K-member. Alright, came down a little bit more, cleared the header there. So, it's going good. Oh, I had to go back up a little bit because I hung up on this plastic. Luckily, I didn't break it. Alright, the back one's touching, and pretty darn close. So I'm going to grab a alignment punch and get it in. I think maybe the tranny needs to come down a little bit, or actually the front of this can probably go up. I don't know. I'll figure that out. Get 2 bolts in the back anyhow. Oh, can't remember which way I need to hold my phone. Anyhow, it's in and bolted up. Fits great, but I did kind of bone myself because I should have put my steering box on. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I think I just got to take, I only got 2 bolts in the header anyways. I think that'll give me enough room to get the steering box in there. Anyways, right after I set it down on here, my buddy came over and we started working on it. So I got all the linkage in, which I bought all that stuff from Brewers, and I got the clutch adjusted to where I think I'm good. And oh yeah, pretty cool. And then my console shifter. I had to find the screws. I don't remember if this came with the screws, but I can't find them. So, but it shifts nice right now on the ground. Well, in the car now. So if it goes through the gears like this when I'm driving, it's gonna be pretty cool. But anyhow, the 833 is a 70, so I was able to use the automatic cross member out of this car. So that's all bolted up, and yeah, I ordered all my front end parts through Cantor. And the box came and it was damaged. Only half the parts are in it. And then there was some stuff that they don't even sell in the box, like a roll of 12 gauge wire. So I called them up and they got the rest of the stuff coming for me, and then I can get my front end put back together with the disc brake stuff I have. That's over here. This is like late 70s Cordoba stuff, and it's all in working order. I'll probably replace the calipers, but the rotors I'll just clean up a bit and paint. Same with the spindles. So that's going to be my next priority, is getting that stuff to where the car can go back on the ground. And then I have to replace the heater core. Heater core's bad, so I'm probably gonna pull my heater box and get that done before I put the carpet and everything back together. Not that carpet's really gonna make it hard, but if I do that, then I got a seam seal around that transmission hump and put a little bit more of that sound deadener. I have to make a bracket for the console and weld that in. I believe the one on the back and the one on the very front is going to work from the automatic console. So but then I can get my carpet back in, put my seats in, and then I can sit there and press the clutch and make vroom noises as I bang the shifter. I'm still a big kid. That's still fun. So, yeah. Rest of the console stuff there that I'm not using. So, and then as far as making this thing run, I have to order my fuel pump, the fuel pump bar, drive shaft, whatever you want to call it, and wire up my ignition system. I got to order some belts and hoses, or go down to O'Reilly's, maybe they got them in stock. I'm gonna run the gauges and put the carb on, and I'll put the radiator in, of course. So it's pretty close to being ready to fire up, and yeah, just got to get the front end stuff back together. Then I might be able to drive it. The drive shaft is about 6 inches too long, so this had a 904 in it, and I just put it up there to see if it was even going to be close, even though the front yoke when it fit. But I expected it to be fairly close, but I guess the 4-speed comes back quite a bit further. So I have a couple of C-body big block 727, not that it matters there, but a 727 tranny 8 3/4 rear end drive shafts out of those cars. So I imagine those are all too long, so I will get my measurement and take those into the driveline shop and tell them I'm expecting 600 horsepower, and see if they think they can short one of those or build me one that's going to be tough enough to handle it. So anyhow, I'm going to get off of here. It is cold, ready to go home and warm up, but made some progress, and I'm still just not obviously I can believe it's right here, but this is so cool, man. For me, I've played with a lot of cars in my life and had a lot of cars, but this is the first one that I've gone to this much work and this much spent this much money on. But it's probably about the only one I've ever had that deserved it all. So, all right, catch you guys later.